Black History Month is an annual observance originating in the United States. As we continue to celebrate Black history this month and throughout the year, we will take today to celebrate the father and founder of Black History Month, Carter G. Woodson.
Hi, my name's Cole Loeffler. I'm a junior at Woodson. In 1915, Carter G. Woodson traveled to Chicago from his home in Washington, D.C. to take part in a national celebration of the 50th anniversary of emancipation. He had earned his bachelor's and master's degree at the University of Chicago, and still had many friends there. As he joined thousands of Black Americans overflowing from the Coliseum, which housed exhibits highlighting African American achievements since the abolition of slavery, Woodson was inspired to do more in the spirit of celebrating Black history and heritage. Before he left Chicago, he helped found the Association for the Study of Negro Life and History. A year later, Woodson single-handedly launched the Journal of Negro History, in which he and other researchers brought attention to the achievements of Black Americans.
Hi, I'm Opal Cohen, a sophomore. Woodson believed that young African Americans in the early 20th century were not being taught enough of their own heritage and the achievements of their ancestors. To get his message out, Woodson first turned to his fraternity, Omega Psi Phi, which created Negro History and Literature Week in 1924. But Woodson wanted a wider celebration, and he decided that ASNLH should take on the task itself. In February 1926, Woodson sent out a press release announcing the first Negro History Week. He chose February because the month contained the birthdays of both Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass, two prominent men whose historic achievements African Americans already celebrated. Lincoln's birthday was February 12th, and Douglass, a former slave, hadn't known his actual birthday, but had marked the occasion on February 14th.
Hi, my name is DJ Lawrence and I'm a sophomore at Woodson High School. As schools and other organizations across the country quickly embraced Woodson's initiative, he and his colleagues struggled to meet the demand for course materials and other resources. The ASNLH formed branches all over the country, though its national headquarters remained centered in Woodson's row house on 9th Street in Washington, D.C. The house was also home for the Associated Publishers Press, which Woodson had founded in 1921. With the rise of the civil rights and Black Power movements in the 1960s, young African Americans on college campuses were becoming increasingly conscious of the historic dimension of their experience. Younger members of the ASNLH, which later became the Association for the Study of African American History, urged the organization to change with the times, including the official shift to a month-long celebration of Black history. In 1976, on the 50th anniversary of the first Negro History Week, the association officially made the shift to Black History Month.
Hello, my name is Leo Lee and I'm in 10th grade. Since then, every U.S. president has issued a proclamation honoring the spirit of Black History Month. Gerald Ford began the tradition in 1976, saying the celebration enabled people to seize the opportunity to honor the too often neglected accomplishments of Black Americans in every area of endeavor throughout our history. Ronald Reagan's first Black History Month proclamation stated that understanding the history of Black Americans is a key to understanding the strength of our nation.
A man known in history for recognizing Black history? Stay tuned for more as we share fun facts about the life of Carter G. Woodson, the father of Black history. Carter G. Woodson is known in history as an author, publisher, and historian, born December 19, 1875 in Virginia. Carter's mother and father were former slaves, where he was the oldest of 9 children. During that time, Carter did not have access to school like many children do today, so most of his education was self-taught. Woodson also attended Berea College in Kentucky until being kicked out due to the school not allowing African American students. He would later return when African Americans were allowed to earn his bachelor's degree in 1903. Looking back at the life of Carter G. Woodson, in school he enjoyed education and was very smart. In fact, he was so smart that he became the second African American in history to graduate from Harvard University. As an author, Carter G. Woodson wrote over a dozen books, including the book Miseducation of the Negro, which is still required reading for some schools in this country today. Woodson was also involved in other projects, including establishing the scholarly publication Journal of Negro History in 1916 and the Negro History Bulletin in 1937, which helped teachers with African American studies. Wanting African American history to be a part of education throughout the nation, Carter began to travel. In February of 1926, Woodson began going from school to school and other organizations, offering them a special program that encouraged others to study Black history with Negro History Week. For example, if you are wondering why he chose February, Woodson wanted this time of education to be honored by the birth months of Frederick Douglass and President Abraham Lincoln. The week would go from a week to a month, which is now commonly known as Black History Month. Woodson would spend his life focusing on education and would even become the dean at Howard University and the West Virginia Collegiate Institute. The life of Carter G. Woodson came to an end at the age of 74 on April 3, 1950 in Washington, D.C. That is all with a mini biography from the life of Carter G. Woodson. If you enjoyed this video and have more fun facts you would like to share about his life, feel free to let us know in the comments